This is the first video for the 2015 Jewelry Box Woodshop project. So if we go to our project file, we want to make a new project, single user. We're going to call it 2015 Jewelry Box. And it doesn't exist yet, so we're going to create it and say done. Now when we go to make our parts, they're automatically going to save into this folder. And it's a little bit different than the last video that I did. Lots of little changes. We're not going to use box joints anymore. We're going to use a 45-degree miter joint and splines instead of dowel rods. So we're going to get started though with one of our side pieces. We have 8-inch and 12-inch side pieces just like before, but it's going to end up a little bit different in the end. So we're always going to start on the origin. That doesn't change. Let's make this our 8-inch piece. So type in 8. I hit tab, 4 inches tall. We can finish our sketch. And this is still going to be a 1/2 inch thick. So 0.5. E is the shortcut for extrude, if you wonder how I got there. Okay, now we're going to make a new sketch on the top. I'm going to project this geometry, so I go here. And now I can actually draw on it and snap to it. And I'm going to dimension between here and make sure that's a 45-degree angle. I'm going to do the same thing down here. That side's cutting in, so this has to go in the same way, making like a trapezoid, not a parallelogram. D is the shortcut for dimension, if you're wondering how I got that. And I think we still have to go in and put in these other two lines. So let's do that just in case. This is representing taking this to the miter saw and cutting off a chunk from either side at a 45-degree angle. So we're going to go extrude, switch this to cut. Distance is going to be all. We're going to pick our two profiles. So I have to select profile again. There's one. There's my other one. Select OK. Alright. Alright, come in here, right click, new sketch. I'm going to make a rectangle starting from the origin. I want to dimension that line to be a 1/2 inch tall. And that did not snap to this. Let me project the geometry of that line. That way we can see it. And then when I go to stretch this, it should snap. Unless it doesn't. You know what? We can just drag it out past. That's not going to hurt anything. I'm going to say extrude, cut. This time, if we cut in a 1/2 inch, that'd be way too much, right? Let's cut in 0.25. We'll go halfway through. So this is called a rabbit because it's open at one end. It doesn't cut all the way through. We have our two 45s on the sides. And let's make this look like something. So instead of generic, if you go down to the W's, we'll make this out of cherry. And save this. We're going to call this 8-inch side.